Welcome everyone. In today's video, I'm here to talk about airdrops in the Solana ecosystem. So we know in the past, a few projects have come out and airdrop tokens to their users. If you'd interacted with a Uniswap contract prior to like September 1st, you got a couple $100 worth of Uniswap tokens airdrop to you. dYdX recently did an airdrop where users got up to 50k in dYdX tokens. I think you see the point that if you go around and you use a lot of these projects, you might get rewarded for it in the future. Obviously, there's no guarantee that if you use a particular DeFi project or an NFT project that you will get rewarded for it. They might have a totally different plan, but it seems the norm now that any projects that are live on mainnet that don't currently have a token will have a token in the future, and it is the norm that they will airdrop it to their users as well. So in this video, I'm going to go over a couple of projects that are live on Solana right now but don't have a token. So it might be worth your while just to go ahead and use them, experiment, do a couple of trades, do some lending, do some borrowing, so on and so forth. Not only do you have the chance to be rewarded for this in the future with an airdrop, which might be worth a couple $100, maybe even $1,000. Additionally, it's just good for you to use these different projects just to see how they function, see how the competitors might function, and then if you go into a different blockchain ecosystem, you are then immediately aware of the different projects, what they do, and how to use them. So the first project is Soulland. So Soulland is a lending and borrowing marketplace on Solana. So if you're familiar with Aave on Ethereum, it works fairly similarly. So you can come here, you can deposit assets and then borrow against them, or you can deposit assets and then simply earn a supply APY. So if I go into the user interface, you can see here that you can deposit a wide range of tokens, and then you can borrow a wide range of tokens as well. You currently get 5.15% APY on any USDC supplied. Soulland doesn't have a token and it doesn't have any liquidity mining incentives, so I expect that to come in the future. So it might be worth your while just to play around on Soulland, deposit any stablecoins you have here, so on and so forth. The next project is Symmetry. So Symmetry Finance is a mixture of things. First of all, it's an analytics dashboard for your Solana wallet. It will show you how much is in it, what tokens you have, their value, as well as any LP positions that you might have in the Solana DeFi ecosystem, as well as it shows you the different tokens and how they're performing today. As you can see here, we have a couple of good performers, as well as some bad ones over on this side. Additionally, you can use Symmetry Finance for swaps. So I think that Symmetry Finance might be the best AMM currently on the Solana ecosystem. So basically, Symmetry Finance sources all of its liquidity from the Serum order books. So it's built on top of Serum. So when you trade here, you're basically trading through Serum, but instead of doing order book trades, you're using an AMM instead. And the transaction fees, I think, are the cheapest currently right now on Solana at 0.22%. Additionally, in the future, Symmetry Finance are going to introduce indices. So indices allow you to make your own index fund where you can choose all the different tokens that might compose this index, as well as choose the weightings and how they're rebalanced and so on and so forth. So you could make a Solana DeFi index where you put Solana, Serum, Radium, Mercurial Finance, Saber Finance all into one basket, or you could make a meme index. There's a lot of different things you could do with indices, so I'm excited for that when it comes out. But yeah, currently no token, no liquidity mining incentives on Symmetry. So the next project is Frankium. So Frankium is a leveraged yield farming protocol. So you can come here and then you can do farming with up to 3x leverage. But you have to be careful with this because you can get liquidated, as well as impermanent loss is amplified when you are using leverage. So if you do any farming on Frankium, you get what is known as contribution points. So contribution points, I think, add up to how much you will eventually get airdropped once the Frankium token is out. If you don't want to do any farming, you can just go to the lending pools and then deposit any stables you have, Right now you can get 56% APR on USDC that is deposited, but this all like depends on the utilization ratio here. And if you go over to contributions, you can see that I have 1.84 contribution points, and that's mostly because I've just been in the lending pools every now and then. The next protocol is Psi options, so I can't really speak much to Psi options because I'm region locked. So you can use it if you have a VPN, but Psi options is just another on-chain options protocol, but it's on Solana. So if you're familiar with Hedgic or dYdX, it's essentially that on Solana. So I think you can trade like options on like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana. But yeah, the next protocol is Parrot Finance. So Parrot Finance is essentially MakerDAO on Solana. So you can come here, deposit your LP tokens from Saber or Mercurial Finance, and then mint a stablecoin against it. Additionally, you can come here and you can stake any SOL that you have with Parrot. In return, you'll be given PRT SOL, which is a liquid staking derivative of SOL. Additionally, you can come to Parrot Finance, deposit that PRT SOL, and then mint a synthetic SOL. So Parrot Finance does have an incentive program. They're launching their token on, I think, the 13th or the 14th of September. So there are different incentives that they have. So if you stake with Parrot, you will receive PRT in the future, as well as minting PSOL, becoming an LP for PSOL on different platforms, and so on and so forth. But if you go check out their Medium, you can find this article and you can see what you can actually do with Parrot Finance and how you can stack as much incentives as possible. The next project is Larix. So Larix is another lending and borrowing protocol, so similar to Soulland. You can come here, you can deposit a Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, and then borrow against it if you want. And the last project I wanted to talk about isn't a DeFi project, it's an NFT one, and that's Solana Art. Solana Art is one of the top NFT marketplaces on Solana right now. I think it's second only to dYdX. So with Solana Art, you can come here, you can buy and sell NFTs. You have DJ Ape Academy, Aurori, Soulpunks, Bold Badges, Soul Llamas, and a couple of other things as well. I would say that Solana Art isn't that good of an NFT marketplace compared to dYdX, but dYdX I don't think will come out with a token. The guys who invented the Solarians NFTs, which are the first NFTs on Solana, also started the dYdX marketplace, and owning a Solarians NFT gives you access to some of the fees that dYdX charges people who buy and sell NFTs on their platform. So I don't think they'll be releasing a token, but there is a good chance that Solana Art will. So if you're into NFTs, you might as well do a couple of trades here on Solana Art. Make sure to check out all of these projects, try them once. I mean, Solana is so cheap, it's not really going to cost you that much to go ahead and try all of these protocols, and there's not much downside really. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe for more videos like this one.